What's up, my pop culture loving people, to another episode of Our World of Pop Culture. I'm here, your boy Will, and I got my boy, my co-host here, Declan.
What's up, guys?
So, yeah, the third episode, we're doing it, brother. I can't believe we're actually doing it. Let me tell you something, man. Y'all did yourself on that intro, bro.
Yeah. So had to
Appreciate-
had to drop some money on some softwares. That was worth it though.
Yes,
Try,
yes, yes, it
trying to
was.
trying to make that intro and outro honestly, like in the past, like when I tried to use like boring ass free softwares that gave me viruses, making intros and outros always sucked. But yo, it was so fun making that. It was fun.
I was like, and it's so funny because it's like you see the first episode, it's mad basic.
Yeah.
You see the second episode, it's just like they probably be thinking we dropped money on it,
Yeah.
which we did.
And then this one's even more amped up because now we got different images.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm a little excited on this one. Really
Yeah.
liking the whole intro, the outro. We could change the song and outro a little bit though, but we talk about that after the
All right, all
podcast.
right, all right.
But other than that, even the outro was still sick, brother.
Yeah, nah,
You did
I'm
yourself on that
obsessed.
one.
I'm obsessed with the logo.
Yeah, me
I'm
too, man.
obsessed with the logo.
Me too, me too. Nah, I really like it, and I was like, when you first told me, yo, it's finally up, when I looked at it, I almost cried, bro. Almost cried. I'm
Yo,
like,
I was crying making it.
how long did it take for you to make it?
Uh, to mess around with the software and figure it out, it didn't take too long. What sucked was trying to figure out what type of design we wanted
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
how we wanted the design to look and if we wanted a skull with with headsets, without headsets, the cracks in the face, how we wanted the font, what color should be the font. That honestly, that whole process kind of sucked.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Glad it wasn't your shoes in that one though, to be honest. I mean, I would love to learn how to do it, but the thing is like you brought the program, you got to bring your laptop one day, teach me how to do
Yeah,
it, but
nah, I got you.
I don't want to drop the bills like you did. Luckily, it's only a monthly thing, but still.
Yeah, man. If it was, I mean, this to make the intro was a monthly thing. The editing software, I got screwed over on that one a little bit.
See, I was trying to be good, but you screwed yourself over on that one.
Yeah, I'm so pissed over that.
Yeah, I would have died. I would have called them over like, yo, give me my money.
They lucky I got no bills to pay, so the only reason why I didn't do nothing.
Yeah. Oh man, I wish I could be young again. Don't worry about no bills. But anyways, um, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. We're still gonna do like, we watched two movies. We finished watching Fear Street, we finished watching Quiet Place 2. So we're gonna do reviews on that. And then we got some movie news that we wanna get out there and for everybody to hear. And also like, towards the end, I want to get your opinion on something.
Okay,
Um it's about one of the Marvel movies. So I
okay,
wanted to know what you think, want to get into a young kid's head and what they think.
all right.
All right, so which one you want to start with? You want to start with Fear Street? You want to start with A
Uh,
Quiet Place?
mm, oh, just a quick. Even before we even begin talking, we're actually gonna review the movies itself, so there's gonna be a lot of spoilers.
Yeah, it's gonna be
So
some spoilers, but in the beginning of each review, even though it's only two, in the beginning we're just gonna give a review,
yeah,
and then why we like it, and then we're gonna break it down.
yeah. So beware, you were warned. There are spoilers.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
so I think we should start with Fear Street first.
Alrighty, so we're basically gonna spoil all three movies, huh?
Yeah, basically all three of them.
Alrighty. So if last week you heard, we already reviewed the first two, the 1944 and what's it, 1978.
Yep.
Today we're going to be reviewing 1666, and then after that we're just gonna spoil the hell out of it.
Yep, basically.
So give your take on it, brother.
Okay, all right. 1666. Um, oh, I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. Just I get a little confuzzled on how I should rate it comparing to the other two. I think if you take 16,
Um,
I think if you like take 1666 alone, like make it its own movie, it does pretty good on its own. But
So hold on. Before you even go forward on this, just give you a review on the 1666, and then give you a review on all three of them.
all right, so straight
How
up,
you know?
1666 was great. I loved it. It was good. Rating wise, uh, I give it a solid 7.5. Solid 7.5. What
And
about
would you
you?
give the whole trilogy?
Oh, not the whole trilogy. I give it 9.5, 10.
Okay. So for me, 1666, the first half of the movie I give it a 6. But then after the second half of the movie, I bumped it up to a 7.5.
Okay.
In general, I give the trilogy a solid 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's still good.
Oh yeah, not definitely.
It's really good. But all right, so let's unpack this. Let's start with 1994.
The first one, 1994. Then
Yeah.
all
So
right.
yeah, go ahead.
So 1994. I thought it was awesome. It gave me that like, it was like a classic slasher movie. It was like Scream modernized. That's the
Yeah,
vibe
the
it gave me.
90s.
It literally felt like a classic slasher, just like Scream, but with, you know, 2021 graphics. And
Yeah,
oh my god, it was great. And like me personally, I'm huge fan of gory movies, so
me
I
too.
loved it. Dude, the story, oh my god, the story was amazing.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that I just saw somebody post on Instagram that they actually made these three films into a VHS.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's
Ah,
like I don't think it's expensive. It's like I mean 30 a pop, so you
damn,
can spend like $90. But
damn.
they did that for a couple movies already. They did it for like Nightmare on Elm Street. They did it for Friday the 13th. You know, they did Interstellar. They do like newer movies and stuff. Interstellar, Jack John Wick. It's nuts and it looks cool. Like looks legit. But I mean, I want to buy it just for it looking so retro. But thing is, I don't have a VHS too, and I know me, I'm gonna want to pop it in, but I probably just get it just for a
No,
collection, you know.
honestly, I would get that just for like display.
Yeah, but anyways, so in the first 10 minutes of the movie, it starts off in a mall. First of all, the mall looks just like the Stranger Things mall
Yeah.
in Stranger Things 3. And that's when you're introduced to the first serial killer. Um, so like the girl's working late at night with her friend. She works at stocking up the books. And then she's back and forth with her friend, and then all of a sudden she's getting chased. You don't know who this guy dressed in a skeleton outfit is until he's basically on top of her, and she rips the mask off, and you find out who it is, and that's when you get your first gory death when he shanks the crap out of her,
But yeah.
and he gets shot in the head by the cop. And me personally, that was a great 10 minutes, but then it gets slow after that. You know, I know it's the build up and all, but I don't know. I think it could have been better. What do you think?
Uh, I'm with you on it, but I'm pretty sure I liked it a little bit more than you did. But
Yeah.
I can admit, like after the beginning, it did have like a slow build up. Like obviously, like a lot of movies have slow build ups, but I feel like they dragged their build up just a little too long. I feel like their build up was like a little bit more shorter, and then the action started a little sooner. My rating for the first one would have been a higher, but
Yeah, me too.
overall, the movie was great.
Yeah, yeah. And then when the second half of the movie kicks in, well, not even the second half, like the last half an hour kicks in,
Yeah,
that's when it gets good because it starts introducing like some of the serial killer. Well, they're not even serial killers. They're basically,
just
well, how can you say it?
I would say they are serial killers because they did kill like a serial killer.
Possessed? They're possessed serial killers
Yeah, basically.
because they're possessed by something. And that's the only reason why.
Yeah. What's the witch's name? Seraphir.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, dude, like in the first one, I was so curious because once you hear like, like witch trials, like witchcraft, they were hung and all that stuff, stories like that always scare the hell out of me. Like
Yeah.
when they start doing like the black magic and sacrificing goats and like doing all like that, it scares the crap out of me. But that's what got me so excited to watch 1666 because I wanted to see that origin story so bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
honestly, in my opinion, I think they did a really good build up to the origin story of this witch. I feel like
Yeah,
they
they
they,
did.
they did that pretty good.
Yeah, they did. And then that's when they introduced Nightwing and what's that girl's name who think she committed well, they basically almost committed suicide, all of them, but it's just the one
The
she starts humming the songs.
Oh my god,
I want to say her name was like Tracy, but I could be totally wrong.
oh my god, the one with the little butcher knife, right? The blonde girl with the black lipstick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh my god, I think I think honestly, I think you are right. I think her name is Tracy. Yo, watch, we're both wrong, and it's like Emily.
yeah, right. But it's basically a one, two. There's like about what, four of them, four serial killers.
Uh, four. Yo, there's a bunch. You got
Well,
that.
the
You
ones
got
that just kept chasing this, there's the skull face because he comes back.
the skull face. Then you got the guy with the axe. Then you got that little kid with the baseball
Nightwing.
bat.
Yeah, but was he really in it though in the first one? I don't think he was in it. We just only saw a flashback of him.
Not in the first. Nah, I think I think he was on the first one.
Mm,
I think
I
we
don't
saw
think
him
so.
pop up in the first one. Then we saw him pop up in the second one at the end, like when the two sisters were cornered. And then he
Yeah,
popped up in the end of the last one when he was hitting the bat against that gumball machine.
yeah, yeah. That I remember he popped up at the end.
You see, now that I think
But
about it, I'm not sure if he popped up in the first. He was definitely in two and three, but I'm not sure if he was in the first one. The
yeah, to
main
be
ones in
honest, I don't even remember him even popping up in the second one. I just only remember him in the flashback.
no, he put at the end when the two sisters are running through the woods going to the tree where the witch was hung.
Yeah.
So when they were there, that's when all of them were there. The axe guy, the skull boy,
Oh, that's right.
that weird zombie looking guy with the morphed face.
Yeah, yeah. The
Him,
milkman.
yeah, and then the kid with the bat. All
Yeah,
like all that's when all the slashers were just closing in on them.
yeah. Which is kind of I'm kind of disappointed that I wish um I could see more of the kid with the doll face on. But but I'm gonna give you my opinion after we get to the last part. But overall, the first one, I you heard the reviews on the last one. First 10 minutes is good. The middle and so on was okay. You know, it's just a build up, and then the last 30 minutes is what makes it good. Now, the second one, uh, 1978, Camp Nightwing. Now, I thought that was the best one out of all three of them.
That 100%.
I loved it from beginning to end, and and like I said last time, it gave me that Jason Voorhees vibe. You know, like in the 70s, counselors and all that. It's you're in the camp. I really liked this one a lot, and I love the way it started from night like right in the beginning it was 1944, and then the girl they see at the ending of 1944, because that's supposedly the only survivor. That is the only survivor in Camp Nightwing, which was a lie. There was another survivor.
Oh yeah.
Don't give me that look.
No, yeah, no. I had to stop for a second. I'm like,
Yeah. And, right at the beginning, she was saying that, that it was her and her sister, and they were one of the sisters were the only survivors, and you just don't know who it is until the end. And the way they did it, the way they played it off, it was so good, dude. It was so good.
it was.
And
It really was.
you got to see them like doing, they end up doing a challenge. It was was it Shady Side versus Sunny Side?
Yep.
And that's when the killing starts.
Dude, that's what made it like so like. Yeah, that's such like a classic. move for slasher movies. You always have like the slasher blending into the crowd easily. Like
Yeah.
I forgot the one movie did it so good. What was it? Fear Fest. Do you remember
Yeah.
that movie Fear Fest? How they had the slashers
That's
blend in like so perfectly.
yeah, yeah.
And then they did, and the thing about that one is like they made it like every time you called the cops, or you called security, they were just like, yo, like if you can't handle like how scary this place is, go. So it's like they blended it so good, and I feel like when they did that and they put the slashers into the game when it was Shady Side versus whatever the hell the other side is called, like
Sunnyside.
that was smart.
Yeah, yeah. And man, Nightwing is brutal, man.
Yo, the killings in there were nuts, man. Oh my
He did
god.
not give a crap how old you were. He went after little kids. He was just murdering people left and right. And it's times it got gory, like really, really
No,
gory.
it got really gory.
Don't bother me, but for the people who wants to, you know, they want to look at this because obviously it's R.L. Stein, and if you're around my age, you grew up with R.L. Stein. If you can't handle gore, sorry. Second part is like nothing but gore.
Dude, even the first one had gore. You know the. Oh wait, are we like talking in depth, or is this still just a light review?
No, 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 no. We talking in depth.
Okay, you know when oh my god, what was her name? It was it was the other girl, the best friends with the main character, the one that got into like
What's still the
the
drugs?
yeah, the one in the meat grater.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god.
That one was nuts. Oh my god, yo, that made me so sad though. Oh my god, that sucked. Cause yo,
Yeah, she was my favorite character.
no, out of all of them, she was my favorite character.
Yeah, but she comes back in the third part, and we
Yeah,
talk
but
about that.
the thing that kind of pissed me off a little bit about the third part is that they what was her name? Her name was Kate.
Yeah,
What pissed me off is that when I saw Kate and the other guy that was in that one, I forgot what his cast name was. I think his cast name was Simon. When they were brought into the third one, like yo, they really had no input at all. Like they had barely any scenes. You barely saw them. So it was like they were more background actors rather than supporting actors like they were in the first one.
yeah,
I just
yeah,
wish we saw more of them.
yeah. Me too, me too. But it was good. It's just what I liked about this a lot because obviously throughout the whole story, you knew one of the sisters was going to survive, and then when at the end came in and was it Nightwing, aka Tommy? He was one of the counselors who went nuts. Um, he grabbed. He grabbed one girl, and then the other serial killer who was like the milkman, grabbed the other sister,
Yeah, I think so.
and they both got shanked.
No, they
And
got that was brutal. That was gory and creepy and graphic.
they kept stabbing them numerous times. So in your mind, you're like, if they're getting stabbed like 10 times already, who the heck survives? You know one of the sisters gonna survive, but at this point, you don't even know which one it was gonna be.
Honestly, I thought like there was gonna be some big plot twist because of how badly they were getting stabbed. I'm like, yo, they gotta like mess with us somehow because there's no way that they're gonna survive after getting shanked like a million times.
Yeah, for real. And then that's when we find out the other survivor survives too, and he ends up what was it? He was one of the counselors as well, and he turns out to be the sheriff from the first part.
Yeah, and it ends up being one of the psychos that keeps this curse going up.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, Fear Street Part Two. Overall, love that one a lot more than all three of them.
Yeah.
Now, Fear Street 1666. I let you. I let you take this one.
So 1666, I felt like it was good in terms of an origin story and an origin movie. It was good from that standpoint. But looking at the movie itself, now ignore the fact that it was an origin story. Let's say the movie was like its own thing.
Yeah.
It slacked a little bit. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. The story was good, but the action and like the slasher vibe that 1 and 2 gave off just didn't fully pull through in part 3. I think part three they focused a little too much on the story and slacked on the slasher part of it.
Yeah, yeah, but let me tell you something. It's scary because back in the day, you have these two females, who's in love with each other. So it turns out to be so happens to be the same, not the same character
Just the
as
same
the first part,
actresses.
but it's the same actresses. Like they try to keep the same actress and actors in 1666. Like it's basically like an ancestor thing. But you got these two girls who's in love. Back in the day, they weren't having it because of the religion, how strict it was.
Yeah.
So it was just so scary because if not, they would hang you. Dude, in that era, like, yo, if you sneeze wrong, they hang you.
Yo, exactly, man. It, and that's kind of what creeped the hell out of me because it's like I don't like back then the whole like judge, jury, executioner is nothing like how it is now. It's like you said,
Yeah.
like yo, I feel like if I kick dirt on the wrong property, I'm gonna get like crucified.
Yeah. And
It's
then
scary as hell.
and what had me like I mean, it's not funny, but then I had to sit down and really think about it and it could be true. But when they did like the whole air quotation trial, right, because of the two girls, they didn't certain people didn't want to believe that they were lovers, so because they had to hide it. You don't hide it, you're gonna die. So I was kind of laughing, and I mean not laughing the wrong way, but one of the parts where the guy said, "Oh, prove it."
Hmm.
guy, the guy comes out, he says, "Okay, I saw them."
Like what?
Like, but then I had to think, like, okay, back in the day, they didn't have no cameras or nothing
Yeah.
like that, so it had to go by words, but
Yeah, no, back
but
in
it
the
was
day.
like not, it was like, oh yeah, I saw them. Oh, there goes your proof. I
Yeah, you
was
see,
like,
I didn't really think about that until right now, and that kind of pissed me off a little bit.
you know, but I mean, and it pissed me off at that part as well. But you gotta think about there was no cameras, there was nothing around,
Yeah.
so you just gotta go by the words of somebody,
Yeah, because
you
back
know.
then people's word meant everything. Now, man, word
It's
don't mean crap now.
yeah, yeah, for real. And so reason why we say half of it, was kind of weak because after the first hour and a half,
Yeah.
it jumps back to 1994, back to the girls. Um, and then now you find out that the sheriff is the real a hole in this movie.
Yeah, and not just him, his whole entire family tree.
Yeah, you thought the whole time it was the witch, but after watching 1666, she wasn't even bad at all.
She
She just
wasn't.
cursed their bloodline, which they were never cursed, but she eventually stopped it.
No,
And
yeah, cause she said that like whenever your time is, and she said not today, not tomorrow. She doesn't know when it is, but when it is their time to finally like get justice, she's gonna be there. And she was.
yeah, because their family, that family tree is basically the person who ends up betraying Sarah Fair was the one person that you everybody trusted
Yeah, and not only
as
that, but the
as an
one.
audience.
Yeah, but not only the only person that had her back, which was
Yeah, he had
ironic,
her
which kind of confused me a little bit.
because what happened was he did have her back. She just fell. She just found out who's the one who stole the devil's book. Once she found out who stole the devil's book, she was going to snitch. So it's my ass against yours. I'm
Yeah, I
gonna.
mean,
That's
not
the way he
gonna
looks at it.
not gonna lie. Like if I were her in that position, I would use him because clearly, whatever deal he made gave him some kind of power. So I would like use him as an ally, and then once I'm in a comfortable position, turn on him. Because yeah, he was a nut. I don't care. No, no. You steal a devil book. I don't give a crap what your excuse is. You're a psychopath.
Yeah, but you also got to remember that this girl's been running all night. She's tired. And she
Yeah,
wasn't
true.
thinking. When you're the adrenaline starts rushing. You don't think,
True.
you know? So basically, that family tree, all they had to do was every few years or so, they have to put a name on the wall,
Yeah.
and the psycho killer will come out and kill that one person. And if they keep doing that, they become rich.
Nah, it wasn't that. It was every couple years they'd write a name on the wall, and whoever's name they wrote on the wall would become a serial killer and kill hella people.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, they say they technically, this family tree technically sacrificed one soul every couple years, and that one soul killed everybody else. So
Yeah.
technically, that
So
was their one soul every few years.
yeah. So and what they did was reason why Shady Side and Sunny Side they split up because he w- that family will write a name for somebody from Shady Side, and somebody from Shady Side would die, and that's what makes Sunny Side so power, so big with money and all that. Because it was just like basically Shady Side was the ghetto,
Yeah,
while Sunny Side was the urban
like the suburbs, nice
suburbs. Yeah,
area.
yeah. So yeah, but the ending, I l- I like the ending. It was good. It was a lot. I don't know. It was just crazy how you found everything out
Yeah,
at the end. But it's for everybody to watch. Give it a one time watch, especially if you love horror. Because to be honest, I ain't thought it was gonna be that good,
neither did I.
but it
Especially coming
was.
from R.L. Stein.
Yeah, yeah. But I enjoyed it a lot, man. I really did.
Like, one question, real quick, before we move on. You remember in part two? Remember the what do you call it? The girl that bullied the Stranger Things actor, the one that was playing the survived sister. You know, the one that was messing with her, and then she threw the pig's blood on her in that little shack and locked
Hmm.
her in it. What
Hmm.
happened to her?
You got me. I don't know. If it's something that they messed up on, but I think she survived.
Yeah, because I remember that she got locked in there, and then when the Stranger Things girl went back to free her because she remembered, damn, I left her locked in there. They got in a fight, and then that chick got knocked out. She got knocked out. She didn't get killed, and I'm pretty sure that was the last time we saw her.
I'm pretty sure she survived.
But they never mentioned anything in the rest of Nightwing or any part in 1666, unless me and you are completely missing something, and then she got like killed in Nightwing and just don't remember it. But I'm pretty sure she didn't.
She was irrelevant, anyways.
Yeah, but why would they purposely not show her death? So
I
they
don't know.
didn't. So they didn't show her death. That means she kind of didn't die. So if she's still alive, why is she still alive if they're not going to show her off? You see, I'm thinking way too technical.
Yeah,
I'm
it's true.
thinking,
Now, I mean, it is true because supposedly, I'm guessing she died because supposedly the sisters was the only survivor of that camp, so she had to die.
yeah.
Yeah. But alrighty, on the next review, we'll be reviewing Quiet Place 2.
There you go. Quiet Place 2. Right off the bat, 1 to 10.
For me, you want me
Yeah,
to go first?
you go first.
I'll give it. I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Okay.
8.5. It was a good film. I still love the first part, and the second one was just as good. I just loved how in the beginning was basically a prequel.
Yeah,
Shows you how everything happened. But before we even unwrapped it, what you think?
I'm with you, and I'm gonna give it a good 8.5.
Okay. So we both give it an 8.5.
Yeah.
So when when they show the intro, I was glad to see John Krasinski in this movie.
Oh my god, I was so happy.
Yeah, I wanted more of him. You know, um, overall, he's a great actor, man. Like I loved him in The Office, loved him in 12 Hours, loved him in Jack Ryan. I'm hoping he becomes Mr. Fantastic. would have loved his wife to be Mrs. Fantastic. Um, but the beginning was it was nuts. They showed more of the aliens and the way the whole thing started. Basically, they fell from the sky. It was a big explosion, and these aliens, they also look like demigorgons from Stranger Things. They started shredding everything up, and I did not know how strong their claws are until you see that little train when the girl's walking her own, the deaf girl,
Yeah.
she's walking, and you see, I'm like, first I saw the train, I'm like, oh, they must have just broke into the door or something. I was like, their claws can't be that, and then all of a sudden you just see a big hole in the side of the train. I'm like, wow,
Yeah, and then you see like the slash marks indented into the train and everything.
yeah. I'm like, yo, that's nuts, man.
Yeah, I did not expect the monsters to be that like crazy. And what I loved about the second part on like so much more is that we saw so much more of the monsters. There's so
Yes.
much more scenes where we saw. I feel like in the first one, it was like, oh, we saw him, and then they're like, nah, never mind, and they just took the scene away, or like they changed the camera angle, and
Yeah,
they more
yeah.
teased it in the first one, and only showed it a handful of times in this one. Yo, they showed them from head to toe, A to Z.
I think they were nervous on how they would look because quick backstory on the first one. John Krasinski wrote the story. He was trying to get people to fund him for the movie to make this movie. Wanted to get sponsors, and everybody turned his back on him. The only person who didn't turn his back on him was J.J. Abrams. He said, "All right, I'll produce it, you direct it," and that's how Quiet Place One happened. And all those people who told him no, they're kicking themselves in the ass right now.
Hell yeah, they are. And
But
it's,
parts, no, go ahead.
I kind of feel like this is how I think, so it can go either way. I feel like killing off John Krasinski's character in the first one was either one of two things. He either envisioned the movie like that. You know how directors are. If they see their film one way, they ain't gonna see it any other way. So I don't know if
Yeah,
it was just like that's how he envisioned his specific character to go out, or they didn't expect the movie to be that much of a hit, so he really didn't think much of killing off his character. And then when he realized how good the movie got and like how much of like a blockbuster it was, then he was like, "Ooh, I think I should have kept my ass alive at least a little bit longer."
but you know what though? That was probably one of the best death scenes I've
Oh
ever
yeah,
seen.
oh yeah, nah. Like there's a handful of death scenes out there that I love. Like you got you got Gladiator, you got like, Armageddon and stuff like that. Dude, honestly, I put that above those two.
Yeah, yeah. I love the way he went out. But in part two, what I liked about part two was you could tell the daughter was pretty much picking up the slack, acting like her own father. She was lighting up the fire like she did in the first one. And when they got to meet up one of her father's friends, um, she there was like a radio station. It was a old song, Beyond the Sea or something, and she cracked it. He's like, "Oh, it's been playing for like 4 months already," and he just didn't know why, and she cracked it within seconds.
Yeah, I think it literally took her no more than like 2 minutes to realize that that's a code, and I needed to crack it, and she literally cracked it like before she could take a second breath.
Yeah, and then she goes out and she goes on her own, you know. Eventually, he follows her because that mom, Emily Blunt's character, yo, she straight up tell him, "You go find her." To him, I'm
And
like,
and and I think what made it even funnier is that like he didn't have to find her at all. That wasn't his problem. That wasn't his responsibility. Her leaving had nothing to do with him. So he was in the clear. And I just thought it was funny how he still dragged his ass all the way out to the woods and went after her.
Yeah, I would have been like, "What? Like, you nuts, lady? Like,
Yeah, I would have been like,
you're in my
listen.
house right now."
Honestly, I would have been like, listen, bro, you free to stay, nice family. I ain't going after your daughter.
Yeah, but he had to go because then it won't be a quiet place too, you know.
Yeah, and I feel like also part of it had to be like the fact that Emily Blunt's like her husband wasn't there, so I feel
Yeah,
like that he kind of felt obligated to because they got nobody else.
yeah. But let me tell you, Emily's Blunt character, she's a tough cookie, man. Let me tell
No,
you,
she's tough, man.
the first part, because these creatures, if you make the one slightest noise, they'll go straight to you. And to give birth in the tub, trying to stay quiet while the monster is literally out in the hallway
Dude, she's literally in the
with the
middle
door
of
open.
she's in the middle of labor. No, if the door closed wouldn't have made a difference. But it's like
But
she's literally giving birth. And the fact that she stood quiet and waited for the fireworks to go off to scream was like, oh my god. It's like, yo, I felt the pain for her.
yeah, yeah, because even my wife, when she seen it, she was like, I don't know how she did it. She's tough. And then she steps on a nail and I don't know if she screams in that one. I don't remember. It's been years that I've seen this movie. And then in part two, you just see her going out to the store because she has to get oxygen because in order for the baby to stay quiet when the baby cries, they put him in this like soundproof box. And it's like padded like a bed, but it cuts out air. So what they do is they give the baby a mask, give him oxygen. Now has no oxygen, so she has to go out to the store. She finds oxygen and she has to get antibiotics for his son who got caught in a bear trap. And Katie had to slap me because when he got caught in a bear trap and he was screaming, I'm like, yo, shut the hell
Yeah,
up, dude. They're gonna get you.
yeah, like
And then
what?
Katie was like, yo, that's his egg. He a lot of pain, dude.
Okay, yeah, but that man's not gonna be able to scream when he's dead.
Nah,
Like, give
nah.
yourself an
But
opportunity to at least scream. Like, I understand it's pain, and obviously, like getting caught in the bear trap sucks. But like, I was getting a little frustrated. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. You're in pain. You can stop now.
man, let me tell you something, dude. If you get caught in a bear trap, you're gonna be screaming like Super Saiyan 2, bro.
All right, but if we're in the quiet place, somebody better knock me out. Right hook me. Give me one uppercut to the chin.
Man, I think I'd be so like as soon as I step in that bear trap, I'll be so much in pain, I'm gonna pass out.
Oh yeah, bro. That's another thing. I would have passed out instantly.
Yeah, but then she went to the store and then she fights basically. I'm gonna call them demigorgons. She basically fights a demigorgon by herself. Granted, he doesn't die, but she came up with a plan. She was because she ended up getting taking two oxygen tanks and she puts it somewhere where it's dripping water. Shoots it. They come up. They come upstairs and they're looking for the sound. As it gets close to the oxygen, she lights it up, but it does not do nothing to that demigorgon
No, it does nothing. And
whatsoever.
I was surprised too when he came crawling out of that fire, unfazed, no flinches. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, yo,
Yeah,
I think her luck finally ran out.
yeah, but she's tough. She is tough. And then the part in the movie that we're about to break down right now pissed me off.
Oh God. All right, let me hear this.
The part in the bridge. You always have a group of people who are straight a-holes. Like, come on,
Oh,
man.
like the people on the dock.
Yeah, they put this net that has full of bells and all that. That if he moves and makes a noise, the demigorgon is gonna get them. And they end up taking the little girl and they start walking away. Don't know what they're gonna do. I don't even want to think what they were gonna do.
Yeah, man. When movies take a route like that, that's like a line for me that crosses.
Yeah, I don't when it takes a route, when it comes to, I know it's a sensitive matter, but when it comes to rape or anything like that, I do not like watching
Nah, nah, nah,
something like
nah.
that at all.
You see, like
It bothers me.
that's a line. Like if a movie has a scene like that, I don't give a crap how important it is to the movie. I'm skipping through the entire scene. I'm not watching
Yeah,
it. I can't. That's
but
just I can't.
then my boy comes through and gives her the eye and he says, he gets up, he grabs the guy around the neck with the net and he jumps in the water. And this is the first time you see a weakness from the Demigorgon because when she hears the code, the music, the code is that there is an island full of people that we're thinking. So when he jumps in the water, one of the Demigorgons jumps in the water as well because he hears a noise. He can't swim.
Yeah, they can't swim at all.
When it comes to fire and explosion, they eat it like it was nothing. But when it comes to water and swimming, they sink all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah, man. It's like, and I feel like that was so cool for like the guy's character to do that. Like he literally knew that if he takes any step forward, the net full of stuff is gonna shake, and he's screwed. But he
Yeah.
still did it anyway to make sure she was safe, and it pissed me off because I'm like, no, we're not gonna have a second character die protecting this girl. Like, listen, I feel bad for her, but like, come on, two people now. So I was a little nervous. I was a little nervous.
Yeah. But then, they get a boat, they go into the island, there's people there, and they're walking around like no worries in the world
Yeah,
whatsoever.
they're walking around having barbecues, eating. Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. And then eventually one of the Demogorgons get on on the island because of a boat and starts wrecking the place.
So they start going insane. Honestly, I didn't expect the kind of like like the head of that place that was talking to John Krasinski's like friend and stuff, like
Hmm.
the one that introduced him, the one that was driving the car. I didn't expect his character to die off that quick.
Me neither
I
because
really
he's a
yeah,
major character.
like he looks like
Well, he's
the
a major actor.
yeah, he looks like the president or the leader of this island. Yo, they killed him off like nothing. I was like, whoa, okay, that kind of sucked.
Yeah. But it was it was crazy that scene, man. Like how everything, like this guy was tearing people up. The Demigorgon was tearing everything up, and the deaf girl, she finds another weakness from them they can't stand. She has an hearing aid, and if you put it towards the speaker, it makes a like loud static noise.
Yeah, that like high frequency like pitch. That's like their weakness. That's like they start cowering down, they start getting weak, their heads start to open, which makes them more prone to headshots and stuff.
Yeah,
So
and that's how they take care of that. And but overall, I really enjoyed this movie, and I don't know if I'm just being greedy, but I kind of want to see a part three.
no, 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 no. The way they ended it, there's gonna be a part three. You didn't see what happened with her son in the bear trap. You didn't see if any of the
Oh
newborn.
yeah, it just ends.
Yeah, it just ends.
Yeah, so definitely there's gonna be
No,
a
no,
part three, ladies
there's
and
no, there's
gentlemen.
no, there's no hoping for a part three or I wish that. No, no, no. That ending was like they slapped me across the face and was like, "We got a part three coming," and that's it. And they just
Yeah,
walked out.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, there is part three. Uh,
And it was just
totally forgot about that.
yeah, it kind of hurts me a little bit because just thinking part three isn't gonna come out for at least another 3 years. Just like it hurts a little bit.
Well, this movie was supposed to come out a long time ago, but of course, the situation we're in.
Oh
So
my god, yo, this situation. I'm 95 years old and we're still gonna be in this situation.
yeah, hopefully not, but yeah, those are the two movies we saw this weekend. We
Good.
kind of wanted to see Don't Breathe 2 and Free Guy, but I'm gonna try to make it. I want to do my best to go watch it.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
just I
wanna
still
watch
don't
Free
feel
Guy.
comfortable. Yeah, I just don't feel comfortable still going to the theaters, you know.
Yeah.
But alrighty, we got a little bit of news for you guys, you know. Just give them the first news.
And is this is pertaining to the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 news?
Video game news.
All right, here we go. You could take the lead on this one.
I gave it to you.
Oh, you gave it to me. Okay. All right.
just read the major, like, you know, majority of it.
All right. So this is what we got. PlayStation Plus reportedly getting a big upgrade that will cost PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 gamers more money. I saw this title. I'm like, oh god. So
Comicbook.com.
so the basic gist of the article says Sony is reportedly planning a big upgrade to PlayStation Plus on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, but it's going to cost PS Plus subscribers who want to revel with this upgrade. We first heard all the way back in April via a report from a prominent industry leaker that Sony was looking to merge its growing anime empire with its PlayStation empire via PlayStation Plus. At the time, this rumored service was pitched as PlayStation's answers to Xbox Game Pass. Now, a few months later, following this week's Crunchyroll news, a news report has surfaced echoing all this. If it's accurate, a premium version of the subscription service is going to be rolled out soon.
So basically, I don't know if you heard the news that Sony bought Crunchyroll.
Okay, I had no clue. News to me. A little shocked.
Yeah. They get started. I'm not too sure if Sony owns Funimation, but I know Funimation bought Crunchyroll, so I'm guessing Funimation is owned by Sony. So I mean, the way this news is saying right here, I don't think it's gonna cost us more money.
I think it's going to be an option.
I think it's gonna be an option. You know, a lot of people don't like anime. You know, um, so I don't see it's probably gonna be like, okay, it's $60 for the year, but if you want it with the anime, it might be like $80. You
Yeah,
know,
or like
but
if you pay like $10 a month for, PlayStation Live, if you pay $17 a month, you'll get the anime expansion.
yeah, just like Game Pass. Game Pass is like that. Like if you just want the Xbox Gold is $10 a month, you know, or you could pay 3 months or 10 months, whatever. But if you do the Ultimate Game Pass, ends up being $15 a month. You get the Xbox Gold and you get the Game Pass.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. It's still too early to tell, but let's just see. I mean, personally, I love anime, so they got my money there.
Yeah, so like I just recently got into anime, watching Demon Slayer, picking up Death Note again and starting to read mangas and stuff. So,
Yeah.
depending how long this expansion takes, they may get my money. They may. I'll have to look into it, but I'm a potential buyer into this. But yo, can you imagine how much money this is gonna make Sony?
Yeah.
Do you know how
Yeah.
big anime is?
It is. It is.
Oh my god! And out of all systems, the PlayStation 5. Oh my god, yo, Sony's gonna be drowning in money.
Yeah, I mean, right now they're so far, you know, a lot of people gonna be cursing, you know, yelling at me, yelling at the speaker about, you know, towards me, but they're killing Xbox right now.
Listen, I'm a day one Xbox supporter. Xbox, the original Xbox 360, the Xbox One, 110% pick it over any PlayStation console. Now compare the Xbox Series X and S to a PlayStation 5. For the first time in my life, I am choosing a PlayStation console over an Xbox.
Yeah, I used to be an Xbox day one until they were coming out with the Xbox One, and I forgot the name of the guy. They ended up firing him, but he was like, "Oh, if you guys wanna play offline, you don't want to play a membership. It's called an Xbox 360." And the other guy was like, "Oh, so that's just we gonna tell everybody, you know, anybody who's in the army or anything like that, that if you wanna, don't get an Xbox One, just stick to the Xbox 360." You know, so
Yeah.
ever since then, I just lost respect. to Xbox, Microsoft for that. And I'm from that day on, I've always been a PlayStation now for day one.
Yeah,
I will
man.
always go for PlayStation unless they screw up.
Yeah, but all I know is, dude, the PlayStation 5 is great. Oh my god, it's so good. I don't have an Xbox, but I don't need one. I don't have an urge to have one. PlayStation 5 is an unbelievable console.
Yeah, yeah. Now, Cobra Kai
All right, touching on Cobra Kai.
has a release date. Are you excited?
Yeah, I actually really am. Now, don't I think it is December something.
It is, yeah, December 2021. Don't know the exact date, but it's December 2021.
Yo,
And they have like a little teaser trailer if you haven't seen it already. And they are keeping the same cast, but they are adding one more member. Um, they're thinking, well, I think they know Terry Silver
yeah,
joined the cast.
dude, that's gonna be insane.
Yeah,
Especially to all the people that watch the original Karate Kid movies. Oh my god, this is just gonna be like, oh my god, it's gonna be awesome. Like I only saw the first Karate Kid, a good 80% of the second one, and then on and off for the ones after that. But when Kreese made that phone call at the end of season 3, like the second he picked up that phone and I kind of like clicked how much they were focusing on that phone call, yo, it clicked in my head right there. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, oh my god. So I was pretty happy, and I'm still completely and unbelievably excited for season 4. I'm so ready for Cobra Kai season 4.
yeah, yeah. Me too. Me too. I cannot wait. I love it. I give Cobra Kai. I give like the first two seasons like a 10. Third one, I give it like an 8.5. But we'll see what season four brings us.
Yeah, man, we sure will.
Yeah, yeah. So, alrighty, on to Avatar news. Um, have you ever watched the first Avatar?
Of course I did. Granted, I haven't seen it in an unbelievably long time.
Okay.
So, quiz me, guarantee you I'll fail. But the movie was great and I loved it. And for it being, because when did it come out? The 2010s, right? Somewhere around 2010s?
2009, 2010. Yeah,
Yeah. Listen, for 2009 to 2010, that CGI is good.
yeah.
It is good. I mean, compared to CGI now, obviously it's crap compared to CGI now. But for its time, for the fact that it
Not,
was 2010,
I seen it like 3 years ago again, just because Disney opened up Pandora and Animal Kingdom. So I wanted to refresh my memory, and I think it still holds up. It still holds up.
really?
Yeah, it does. So Avatar news, they have another release date because it keeps getting pushed back. Let's see how this one's gonna get pushed back. But it should hit theaters December 16th. Don't get excited. December 16th, 2022.
It's a solid year and few months.
Yeah. And then the third installment is planned to be released in December of 2024. The fourth one is supposed to be coming out December 2026. And the final film will be released December of 2028. So, four films.
Wow.
Well, five films. Think about it. Five films. All coming on December.
Damn.
Yeah, so I mean, I hope they have a strong story because 5 films, that's a lot of
Listen,
script.
listen, listen. If they're gonna have 5 films, then they have to know that it's gonna do good. They gotta know, but like you said, 5 films, they gotta have some kind of story laid out. They are not gonna be that confident, that comfortable, just being like, all right, we got 5 films, and not be comfortable with how the story planned out.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I feel like they would not be that stupid to release 5 films and still have an iffy story. If they dropped 5 film announcement, it's because they are confident that the movie's gonna survive 5 films.
Yeah. And the cast is going to be coming out. They're keeping the same cast as Part One,
Oh my god, that
the
makes me
first
so
film,
happy.
which I'm excited.
Oh my god.
But what blew my mind is Sigourney Weaver and Stephen Lang is supposed to come back. Uh, Spoiler alert, they both died.
You said they're supposed to be coming back.
Yeah, they
You
both
see,
died.
and it makes me so happy because I'm like, how, man, how?
It might be a flashback. Who knows?
I mean, you could be right, but I don't know. Then again, there's 5 movies. A lot can happen in 5 movies.
Yeah, but they're bringing in new faces. Cast includes Kate Winslet,
Wow. Okay.
Cliff Curtis, Eddie Falco, Michelle Yeoh, Jermaine Clement. I can't pronounce this girl's name. I'm gonna try the best I can. Could be a guy. Ona Chaplin, and no other than Vin Diesel.
Damn, man.
So I don't know. I don't know. Vin Diesel. I only like him in the Fast and the
Y-
Furious films, to be honest, and Reddick.
I mean, you don't like him. You don't like him as Groot. I think it's one of his most blockbuster roles.
That man gets paid how millions of dollars just to say I am Groot in 100 different ways.
Yeah, I think I don't remember who it was. I want to say it was Jimmy Fallon, where they quizzed him on how to say "I am Groot" in different languages, because he said that he literally every single language that was translated from the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Marvel movies, every
Yeah.
single one, he had to physically go to the studio, go up to the mic, and say "I am Groot" in every single language. Every single one. He
Yeah.
had to say it. I
Yeah.
think he had to say it in Chinese. He had to say it in Japanese. He had to say it in what do you call it? He had to say it in Italian. He had to say it in German, Russian.
Yeah. Yeah. But
It's insane.
whatever, man. Alrighty. Now, I want to get your opinion on this because, like I said, I want to get it from a young mind.
Okay.
It's about Black Panther 2. Wakanda Forever is the name of the movie. Now, obviously, you know what happened with Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah,
May he
man.
rest in peace. Got to be one of the greatest men out there because I never hear one negative thing about this man. In 21 Bridges, was it the I forgot who the female actress is.
Oh my god, no, I have her
Sh-
face in my head. Oh my god, it's gonna kill me.
She was getting paid the lowest, and obviously anybody will be upset about that too. So she was upset. This man Chadwick Boseman took a pay cut just to pay her what she wanted.
That
So
was it.
he has my respect.
What do you call it? Sienna Miller.
Okay. Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds about right.
Yeah, I think her character was Frankie Burns.
Yeah, so I have nothing respect for this man. Now, want to get your opinion on the new Black Panther 2 film because
Okay.
um I hear the sister who plays the child's sister is supposed to be taking the mantle of Black Panther. How do you feel about that?
Oh, okay. I love the idea of a family member taking over that role. What I disagree with about the sister taking over the role as Black Panther is because obviously nobody expected, Chadwick Boseman to pass away so soon. So for Black Panther 2, they clearly had a story based on Chadwick Boseman still being able to film Black Panther 2. So obviously when he unfortunately passed away, they have to remake anything they made. So, and because of that, I feel like they didn't really prioritize the story or show the sister enough in the first one to give her that type of control on being Black Panther. Now, if they would have shown her in part one a lot more, given her more scenes, more story, and just threw her in there a lot more, then the fact that she's being Black Panther in the second one would have been more like, whoa, crap, are you serious? But it's just, they
Yeah.
just didn't, her character just wasn't, I don't think her character's big enough to be Black Panther because they didn't really make her that big in part one.
Yeah. Well, even so, I'm give you guys my opinion. I'm not really too happy about that.
Okay, wow, I really expected you to be like all for it from the way you sounded.
Well, because like you said, they didn't show her enough, but when they do, I mean, she doesn't know how to fight. She's smart like Tony Stark. She knows how to make the gadgets, and the way she act was more of a sidekick. Maybe I could be totally wrong. Maybe when I see the movie and she is there, she uh she might blow my mind. Don't know.
Yeah.
But as of right now, the way I feel, the way what I seen from the first one, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big
Yeah,
fan whatsoever.
not, I mean, I'm just not all too stoked about it. I mean, I am open minded though. I am open to see it. I guarantee you she's gonna do a pretty decent job because she's got
Yeah.
really big shoes to fill.
Yeah, really big shoes.
Yeah, but it's just it was a ballsy move, really ballsy move, giving his sister the Black Panther role. So I just hope that it doesn't bite them in the ass when this movie is released.
Yeah, but I did read that my brother-in-law sent me this news article. I don't know how true it is, but supposedly her name is Lupita. She's the one who plays the sister, Nakia.
Uh huh.
Um, she's supposedly she quit. She's not supposedly she's going to be in Black Panther too.
Okay. Take a step back real quick.
I think it's because they wanted her to get vaccinated and she said no.
Oh.
I think I don't know, but I
Oh my
mean,
god, he's
news could be
serious.
fake. I I skimmed through it. I apologize.
No, no. It's
But
just.
I don't know. Who would you like to see take on the mantle of Black Panther
I mean,
and
is that
why?
is that even a question? I want to say
You heard a
good.
question mark at the end.
I don't know why, because I think Michael B. Jordan,
Okay, why?
because his character had the hype, had the attention, had the spotlight to fill in the shoes as Black Panther. And not only that, because he was like the villain of Black Panther 1, him taking over the suit, I feel like they could do so much story and do such a good job because clearly he ain't going to use it for good. So
Yeah.
it's like I would love to see that like a villain point of view from using something good. Cuz like the Black Panther suit is good, it's a
Hmm.
superhero suit, but in the wrong hands, I just feel like that story is going to be amazing.
Um, but we kind of saw that in the first part, though.
Touche, touche. But now I feel like they could I'm not sure. I'm just throwing ideas out in the air like like um like a change of heart type thing. Like let's say at first, he's a douche with it. He's possessive with power. He's a douche like he was in the first one. but then like something happens. I don't know, like a traumatic event happens. He sees something. Someone talks to him. This, that, a flashback. Like he gets, some, like, what if they do? I don't know how the hell they'll do it, but what if he has a flashback conversation with Chad? His character, and then that changes him, and then he defeats the evil, and it's like this big change of heart, plot twist, and now he's the true king of Wakanda. I'm just saying, unfortunately, Chadwick's not here to be in this film, but I feel like that just gives them an opportunity to take Michael B. Jordan's character and do whatever the hell they want with it.
I have two people in mind. First one, non-family member will be Okoye.
Okay, now Michonne from The Walking Dead, right?
Yes,
Okay.
she knows how to fight. She is a warrior.
Oh wait, hold up. I kind of forgot about her character a little bit. So, damn.
Yeah,
All right, keep going.
yeah. She knows how to fight. She is a warrior. She is very smart, and she was basically his right hand man. She was the one who always protect T'Challa. She was always there with him whenever it comes to a fight. She never backed down. So I think she'll be a perfect Black Panther. Now, my number one. That's my number two. My number one, who I would really love, will be Mr. Michael B. Jordan. Now, the way I look at it, I want them, since they're introducing the multiverse, I want them to take Killmonger from another dimension, from another universe. A good Killmonger. He's still family. He's still royal. Bring him back to our universe. Like, have his universe is about to blow up, die, disintegrate, and bring him back to be the next Black Panther. And
Wow.
and I'm about to blow your mind right now. Remember Black Panther, when he becomes a Black Panther, he takes that flower and he sees his dead ancestors.
Hmm.
Want Killmonger to go through the same thing. And I mean, I'm not insensitive, but I think this will be a beautiful thing. Have him talk to Chadwick Boseman.
I'm telling you
They could
that.
do it because look what happened with Paul Walker. God rest his soul too.
Yeah.
He didn't finish watching filming. They got his brother to do the body and CGI the face.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Disney has the money for it.
And
And this
they
this be a
definitely have
perfect
them.
send off.
Yeah, but like, let me ask you a question. Now, when you said like take Michael B. Jordan's character from like another dimension, are you talking about like a good and a bad in the
No,
same universe?
no, good,
Oh, okay.
very good. He's gonna be good.
Okay. So you don't think there's gonna be like no good versus bad, like literally him fighting himself?
No,
Okay.
no, no. I think the big bad is gonna be in Black Panther 2 might be Namor. He's like Aquaman in DC.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I mean, that's who I want. A lot of people saying they want a M'Baku, but I like the way where he's at
No,
right now.
yeah, no, 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 no. His character is good being him. And
Yeah,
honestly, I don't think his character would work any other way. I feel his character just fits so perfectly in the position he's in now that I feel like if they were to bring him in as a Black Panther, I mean, same thing as his sister, his character just didn't carry the amount of importance it needed to be Black Panther.
no, it didn't. And even when she came out in Endgame, it still wasn't big. And granted, I mean not Endgame in Infinity War. And then granted that she came out Endgame and she fought too. With when they did the female Avengers, which I love. I would love for them to do a movie.
Oh my god, that,
You
that
know,
movie would be amazing.
yeah, yeah, but I don't know. Me personally, she's just not Black Panther material.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that.
So I don't know. What I kind of really wanted was just retire the character. You know, let Chadwick Boseman just have it. And but in order for them to bring on another Black Panther, because I'm sorry, Black Panther is one of the coolest superheroes out there.
Oh yeah, for sure, one
You
hundred
know,
percent.
and in order for them to reboot that, they gotta reboot the whole Marvel. So
Uh,
if they don't want to do that, do what I said. Open up the multiverse. Give us Monger, Michael B. Jordan. Boy, damn, I can't even talk. It's too late for this, man. Michael B. Jordan. And yeah, Michael B. could have just.
Dude,
He's just a good character, man. He's a great actor.
dude, no, Michael B. Jordan is such a good actor, man. Oh my god.
And you know what? I would love for him to be too.
Oh god, tell me
Now,
and say it.
now, don't get me wrong. I would love to see him play in DC as Superman.
Michael B. Jordan
As Superman.
in a
I would love it.
weird in a weird way. I can imagine that in a way. I can see that.
Yeah, he could be sincere like Superman. He's a great actor. He has the acting chops. You know, every movie he put out is great. Have you ever seen what's it called? Fruit Salad Station? I believe it's called. You never seen that movie?
No, no, I'm trying to think. I
Uh
know the name. I know the name. Oh my god, it's right there, man. Come on.
Fruitvale Station.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, it's based on a true story.
That one's based on the
When
true
you get
story.
it, it was based on a true story. When you get a chance, please watch that movie.
Okay,
It
quick.
is.
I'm just gonna read over the synopsis real quick. 2 seconds.
Go ahead.
Though he once spent time in San Quentin, 22-year-old black man Oscar Grant, Michael B. Jordan, is now trying hard to live a clean life and support his girlfriend, Melanie Diaz, and young daughter, Ariana Neal. Flashbacks reveal the last day in Oscar's life in which he accomplished his family and friends to San Francisco to watch fireworks on New Year's Eve, and on the way back home because became swept up in an altercation with police that ended in tragedy, based on a true story. Wow.
Dude, you you got to see that movie, bro. And
Okay.
plus, that's what's that singer you love? What's her name? I'm drawing a blank right now.
Uh
Um, I'm the bad guy.
oh, Billie Eilish.
Yeah,
Whoa. How the hell
she.
you forgot that name?
You talking about 12 o'clock in the morning? I'm supposed to be in bed right now, but if you watch her, I believe it was the Vanity Fair interviews
Yeah.
where they interview her every year. They ask her what's her favorite movie, and it's always the same movie. That's her favorite movie. So if you're in love with her, like you said you'll watch that movie. It's a great
I
movie,
think I'm gonna
man.
have to. I
I
think
seen
I'm
it
gonna.
by accident. I seen it by accident. It was great.
How the hell did you see him by accident?
I was searching for something else, and I saw him on the cover, and I'm like, oh look, that's the kid from The Wire. You know, so I'm just like, I was like, ah, screw it. Clicked on it, dude. I gave that movie like a 10.
Whoa, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I give it a 10, man.
Holy crap.
Watch it.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, it is very, very good.
Yeah, right
But
here.
yeah,
Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 94%. Holy crap.
yeah, yeah. Sonny, it's really good. But yeah, I just wanted to get your opinion on the Black Panther, and where you thought it was gonna go.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's a wrap now, right?
Yep. That comes to the end of episode 3 of our world of pop culture.
Episode 3 in the books. Oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm extremely happy we're doing episode 3 right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Wanted to see how long it's gonna take us to put this movie out. I mean,
Ah,
this movie,
I
this podcast.
yeah, let's stick to podcast first and then we'll talk about movies.
I'm telling you, it's 12 o'clock. It's past my curfew, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
turning into a pumpkin right now, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm 18. I don't know what the hell's going on with me right now. I'm supposed to be wired right now.
I know. I see your eyes rolling back. I'm like, I'm like, yo, you on something right now?
I'm not. I'm not.
He look like a crackhead. Like, whoa.
Sleep is my crack, okay?
Yeah, but please like, subscribe. You know, think we're gonna do like another handful of these before we hit Apple iTunes, and follow us on Instagram. It's gonna be in the description. It's too long.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would do it. Episode
uh,
3 for your ears.
yeah,
Y'all
man.
take care. Have a good night.
Have a good night, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys in episode 4.
We are out.